Hi friends, this is one of your final lessons. It's called Crafting Your Legacy. And I love this lesson because really it makes us start to think about things beyond our day-to-day. It makes us think about the breadth and the depth of our entire careers and leaving a legacy among the people that you've worked with. And when you purposefully craft that legacy, it can be amazing. And if you don't, you get something all right, but you get a reputation, okay, not a legacy. If people were to say in 3 years or 5 years or even 10 or 15 years, what it was like to work with you. So they say, oh yeah, I used to work with Cecilia. She was what? She was what? Was she kind? Was she friendly? Was she helpful? These are the things that people are going to think about you. So what are those words going to be when people say, oh yeah, I used to work with you. She was, or he was what? And how people come up with those words is based on the interactions that they have with you every single day, things that I call micro actions. So the tone of your voice, the friendliness in your eyes, how helpful you are, how resourceful you are, how kind and sensitive and caring and courageous, all of those things add up to what your legacy becomes with your coworkers. I'll tell you a story about an agency I used to work at. I was there a super long time. I was there 13 years. So I had risen through the ranks, and when I left, I was a VP. And I was pretty proud of the position I held. It was just time to move on. And so the agency threw me a party on my last day. And what they did is they had every employee in the company go down to the video studio and record a few words about working with me, right? So record my legacy, my impact of working with them on video, and then they edited the whole thing together. They sat me down in a chair and they played this video, okay? Oh, not fun. So I got to hear what everybody thought of working with me. Now, this is pretty funny, although it's a word of caution for all of you. So the vast majority of the people on this video talked about how fast I walked, how I was always in a hurry at the agency, how I had my books in my hand and I was just racing down the hallways. A huge percentage of the people talked about how fast I walked, okay? Then the rest of the people talked about how I dressed, okay? Oh, you were always so fashionable. Oh, I loved your clothes, okay? Okay, I worked at this agency 13 years, so my legacy was walked fast and dressed good. Now, friends, don't let this be you, okay? If I had a lower sense of self-esteem, I might think this was the only impact I had on the place, but I know I did a little bit of good when I was there. So your legacy is crafted by all of these experiences that people have with you. Now, I'm going to tell you about a guy who had a legacy going on that he actually didn't like, and so he worked to change it. And this guy was Alfred Nobel. And you may know him from the Nobel Foundation and the Nobel Peace Prize and all the prizes that he gives away. So you've probably heard of him. But there may be something that you don't know about Alfred Nobel, and that is that he invented something. Maybe you know what he invented. Not a lot of people do. But he invented dynamite, okay? And not only did he invent dynamite, he helped to invent the detonator, which was super helpful for the dynamite. And he made an incredible fortune in the dynamite industry. Incredible fortune. And then one day, the most unfortunate thing happened to Alfred, and that is his brother died, okay? His brother died, and the newspaper inadvertently ran Alfred's obituary instead of his brother's. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that you wake up in the morning, you open up the newspaper, and your obituary is there for you to read, okay? So Alfred, he read it, and guess what? He did not like it. He did not like that his life was built around death and destruction. And so, you know what he did? He changed it. So he took his vast fortune, and that's when he started the Nobel Foundation, where he decided he was going to award huge recognition and huge dollar amount prizes to people who were changing the world for better. In science, in math, in literature, in peace, in medicine. So, friends, if you don't like where your legacy may stand today, you can work to change it. And how do you do that? Well, you start with the micro actions that you do every day. If you smile at people, if you help people, the tone of your voice, the tone of your email, how courageous and brave and helpful and friendly you are every single day, that's what adds up to your legacy.